Hey team, this week we work on your heart. We know that heart disease and the maladies that are associated with that are rampant in this country. So this week we're going to focus on the healthy components of having a healthy heart. So in order to do that, we have to know where you're starting. So on Monday, I want you, when you wake up in the morning, your assignment is to take your resting heart rate. That means before you get out of bed, before you move around a whole lot, before you drink your coffee or whatever, I want you to take your pulse and calculate how many beats per minute your heart beats. So that's what we call your resting heart rate. From that, you're going to be able to calculate what your target workout zone is. We know by working in that target zone, we're working hard enough that we're going to make a difference for our heart. If we're not working hard enough, then it's not that we're wasting our time because we're still doing good things muscularly, but in order to improve our heart, we have to work between 60 and 80% of our maximum heart rate. So once we know our resting heart rate, and then I'll tell you how to calculate your maximum heart rate in the email that comes with this video, so make sure to look at that one. And then you'll be able to calculate your working heart rate zone so that you can make sure your exercise is effective. So that's on Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to do a little bit of cardio. Cardio is great for your heart. You're going to take the stairs. You're going to work on stairs your pace, but I want you to make sure that you're working in the zone that you figured out on Monday. So you may have to take your heart rate after the first set. So you're going to run the stairs for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds while you're taking your heart rate. If you're within your zone, then keep going at that pace the next time. You're going to do rest, work, rest, work, rest, work 3 times, and I want you to complete that cycle 3 times throughout the day, always making sure to take your heart rate for 10 seconds during your rest, making sure that you're working hard enough for it to be good cardio for you. So that's on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have look up and make a heart-healthy dinner. That's pretty self-explanatory. I want you to find a dinner, either from a recipe that you've been provided on here or online. They're everywhere. A heart-healthy dinner includes good fatty acids, fish oils, whole grains. I mean, there are good things that you can put into your body that are specifically good for your heart. So a bowl of Cheerios, I know the commercial says that it's heart-healthy, but a bowl of Cheerios really is not a good dinner. So I want you to work on this one. If it's a recipe that your family loves, please share it with us so that maybe someone else's family will love it too. It's always good to try new recipes. We never know what our family will enjoy until we allow them to try it. So that is on Wednesday. On Thursday, a little bit more cardio, same thing as Tuesday. You're going to do this 3 times today. 30 seconds of jumping jacks, 30 seconds of rest, 30 seconds of jumping jacks, 30 seconds of rest. So you're going to do that 3 times, and then do it 3 times throughout the day. Remember to take that heart rate, make sure you're working within your cardio zone. If you're too low, then you're going to have to work a little harder. If you're too high, you're going to know you need to pull it back a little bit. That'll take care of your Thursday. On Friday, I want you, first thing in the morning when you get up, or as soon as you can get to a scale, I want you to weigh in. Some of us avoid the scale. I avoided the scale. I stopped weighing myself at about 245. I never stepped on a scale again. I knew that I was at least 245. After that, I had to stop buying numbers and start buying letters in my clothes. I didn't want to see a scale. I didn't want to know how much I weighed. And now I wish that I knew what I weighed when I started. So what I want you to do is weigh in and then set a goal. If you need help setting a goal for what you think is a healthy weight and a time period to reach that, then let me know. Biggest Loser is not real life. You're not going to lose 20 pounds in a week. At most, you can safely lose 2 pounds a week. Most people can only lose 1 a week, but there are things that come into play with that. Postmenopausal women, people that have just had a baby, there are medical conditions that can play into that. So there's so much to consider. I don't want you to set your goals so high and so lofty that you get discouraged by not reaching it. So if you need some help setting that goal, let me help you. You can email me personally, so you don't have to email it to everybody. That's mobryantraining@hotmail.com. I don't mind those personal emails, or you can message me on Facebook at that Mo Bryan Training page. So I want to help you set a reasonable goal because we know excess weight around the belly specifically is terrible for the heart. It definitely is bad for the health, can contribute to many, many things that are not going to give you a long and zealous life. So that is your Friday. Saturday, you're going to finish it up with a little bit more cardio. Now, if you can jump rope, then do jump rope. If you can't jump rope, then just move your arms like you're jumping rope, and you're going to do that same thing you've already done twice, 30 seconds at a time, 3 times, and then repeat that cycle 3 separate times throughout the day. These 3 days of activity are what we call interval training. They make your heart rate spike, and then they let you rest. Spike and rest, spike and rest. It's great for your heart. It definitely helps to improve and even lower your resting heart rate if done with consistency. And the lower that heart rate is, the healthier it shows that you are, the better you're oxygenating your body, and things like that. So if you have questions about anything this week, let me know. Remember to score some extra points this week by going to class, doing some physical activities, because you've got to get beyond your weekly points in order to get entered into those prize drawings and things like that. So please let me know. I can do anything to help. Have a good one.